All right, it looks like we're live. Cool. Let's take a gander, make sure everything's working. Show me potato salad. Let's see what we got. All right, we're working. Hell yeah. All right, let's see. Sound working? Sound looks like she's working. Hello. All right. So I slept in like a dummy, so I am a little bit behind. But today we are going to build some more stuff for Star Wars Legion, like I did last weekend. I'm going to show off some of the stuff I got painted over the week and some of the other hobby stuff that I did this week as well. So let's look at what we got for Star Wars Legion. I went over to my local game store and picked up another box of B1 droids. Just because my whole army is B1 droids, like even all the ARC troopers and stuff, I gave them all the B1 helmets, so I wanted all the troops to match. So I didn't pick up a box of B2s, although I haven't built them yet. And I grabbed a box of super battle droids, so we're going to be cracking these open today. Looks like you like drinking Tabasco sauce. What? I'm assuming that's in relation to some commercial. Yeah, I just shaved off my mustache yesterday because it was getting really, really long. That's what I always do. I let it grow out and then I shave it off. And then it'll grow back into a normal level in a day or two. Alright, and then we got our good friend Cad Bane, who hopefully we'll build today as well. Actually, we'll build him first. And then we have the expansion set for the droids. This has like a sniper and a guy with like a flamethrower thing in it, and a couple other like special droids you can add to your teams. And then I got the same thing for the clones. So this is like a bazooka guy and a guy with a sniper rifle and like a commander guy, and it's just special guys you can add to your units. It's not like a standalone unit. But with that, I should be at 800 points for both armies once those are made, which is pretty darn awesome. So let me move my palette out of the way, and let me turn on the light. There we go. A little bit better there. And then we'll look at some of this hobby stuff that I have been working on. Alright, moving you over, turning you on. Moving you around, and voila. Cool. Let's talk big then. Okay, so I have been 3D printing like a nut. So I have printed all kinds of other buildings. I printed a little shop. I have another building printing right now. Printed like moisture evaporators, which are really cool. I printed this like gazebo stall thing for Market Shop, which I really like. I printed this big tower, just a door somewhere. Yeah, but it's like a big tower kind of building. I've got another square building. I've just been printing like a mutt. I've got some containers. Yeah, I've just been going crazy printing. These are some of the things for the shop. Little like things that have food on them. Yeah. You got little like little rack with like food on it. And I've been printing a bunch of shitty little droids. Like the kind of stuff you'd find in like a Jawa stall. So I've got a Gonk droid, I've got an R2, I've got an R5, and I've got a, what I think is called an XLA. I'm going to try to print like a C3PO alike in there as well. But these guys, they're all just going to sort of be on one of the market stall sides, like sort of all like busted up and laying down and stuff. It'd be pretty cool. So that's my 3D printing adventure. I'm still working on the bases on these guys, but these are my ARC troopers. So that is the team commander, and this is like a normal team trooper in these colors here. And there's some on flight stands. I'm going to try to do little puffs of smoke sort of covering this up. But there's some on flight stands with the same kind of look to them. There's a heavy weapons guy on a flight stand as well. So he's like sort of an addition to the team, heavy weapons guy. I've got Commander Rex that I painted in his Ahsoka colors when he's hanging out with her. So he's got the Ahsoka helmet, and then besides that he's got his regular body colors. So it's Captain Rex. And then I have Echo, who I painted to match the show as well. Oh no, let me rephrase that. This is Fives. So this is Fives from the show. So he's done to match the show as well. And then I have Echo, who is also done to match the show. So I installed some stuff in his head and made him kind of a sickly color. So he gets taken over and experimented on at one point. I tried to make him look like that point. As I mean, all the clones are the same guys. They're clones. So if I was just to give him a helmetless head, and I wanted to do a helmetless head, he'd look just like everybody else. So I wanted him to stand out and look a little different. So he's got like this big like ear coupling thing, and he's got some wires going into his head and stuff. But yeah, he's all painted up to match the show as well. So that's what I got painted there. I continued work on my work hound on my workhorse Knight's base, which is like kind of like a trench. So it's still got a long ways to go though, but kind of trying to make it look kind of nasty and sort of muddy and not nice. It needs a bunch more weathering on it, and then it's going to get sort of like a path that goes up through here that's sort of like sunk in the mud of like oh, where you at? There you go. Of like wooden planks, and it's going to lead up to this guy here walking up. So it's got a ways to go, but it's coming along. And then he'll be my second fully completed knight, which is really nice. Alright. I've got some other stuff that isn't really worth showing off yet. Stop, thank you. And then some more colors I'm playing around with to try out with the Tyranids. Trying like purple, pink, and what's going to be white. So we'll see how that looks when it's ready. And then that will be with color shifts as well. I have painted this tank twice over because I first painted it and then hit it with washes, and the washes ruined all of the paint, like 100% all of it. They totally killed it. So he's been completely repainted again, basically from scratch, but like harder than from scratch when you have to like fix and repaint things. So there he is as well. He's still fully magnetized and stuff. He's not glued down to his base, so I can do the base independently of him, and stuff like that. But yeah, there he is. He's almost ready as well. He needs a little bit more colors, and then he's going to get a little bit of weathering. I'm not doing a ton of weathering on the droids, because I like the idea that they probably just came out of the factory. Alright, so now let's actually move on to the stuff that I listed this YouTube video for, besides me just being like model roundup for the week. Alright, moving on. Let's open up our B2 battle droids. Usually I crack these things open because I'm so excited to like look at the runners and stuff, but I resisted. I went out, I bought these Friday, and I was like, I can make it a day. I can make it a day without opening them. So that's what I did. So, check out the runners and stuff for the first time. See what we got in here. It looks like we're going to get 6 droids. I think the droids are a 4-man squad, plus we get like 2 special weapons options in here. Wow. That's a huge box for not a lot of stuff. Alright, see what we got. We got our assembly guide. Blah, blah, blah. Credits I don't care about. I mean, the people who make these do a great job, but I don't care about reading the credits. Oh, the droids are... interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at the cards real quick. We got a bunch of tokens. Pretty much all the standard tokens you'd expect. So you can play these guys in the game. It looks like the droids are a 3-man unit. And then you can add an extra one in. So that's pretty cool. And then there's 2 options. One with like a flamethrower, one with like some other kind of gun. And then they've got some support upgrades as well. Yeah, so they got a little bit of armor. Their gun is better than the like standard single white dice B1 trooper gun, so that's pretty cool. So they're gonna be a little bit tougher, a little bit stronger. They're still only rolling white dice for defense, which kind of sucks. But they get an auto cancel 1 hit, which is pretty darn rad. Alright, so let's check out our runners. Alright, we got some backs here. We got some fronts. This guy's legs are separate for some reason. And we got a bunch of different arms. And we have a bunch of different arms. Are these the same runner? No, they are not. Interesting. Okay. I kind of expected them to be honest, but they're not. Looks like this guy's going to be like crouching. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get some of these guys out. Let's see. I'm assuming A goes to A. So we'll get the bodies built, and then we will glue them to the bases, and then we'll do their arms. Let's see, you're C. And D's the guy with the weird legs. Alright, we'll wait on him. The arms look universal, though. These look like 1 pegs. They don't look like the ARC troopers who had like unique arms and stuff. Where is my glow? There's my glow. Nice. Alright, so they are, actually they look like they're pretty push fit, which is nice, but we still gotta put a little glue in there to seal up the gaps and make sure they don't fall apart. There we go. And we'll hold that together. Oh, why do you not want to sit together? What's wrong, Mr. Droid? Tell me. Tell me your secrets. Is it this little nub here? Maybe it's this little nub. We're going to have to hold him for a minute because he's not sitting right. I always kind of thought the, when I was a kid anyway, I always thought the B2s were dorky. And then, like, as an adult, they were one of the designs that really grew on me. I was like, man, they're cool. They're like big, super armored droids, but they still have the standard, like, battle droid look to them. That's pretty rad. Oh, so there he goes. And we're going to do the same thing with this guy. Now, you can use plastic cement to put them on the bases, but I found that the bases don't really melt very well with the plastic cement. Yeah, he went together, no problem. So what I tend to do is use super glue for the bases. So attaching them to the bases is going to make assembling them a little easier, because they're going to be less fiddly, and we're going to have to juggle less things around. So we'll just line up the bases up here. Boop, 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 boop. That's our 6 guys that we're getting. So our 3-man unit, our extra guy to go into the unit, and then our 2 special weapon guys. I am happy, or let me rephrase that. I really like how the unit designs in Legion work. How, like, if you want a special weapon guy, you add it to the unit, and not, like, it replaces a guy with a normal gun. I really like that, because then when you buy the boxes, like, you get all of the options. So you don't really, at least with all the ones I've built so far, I haven't seen anything where, like, I've had to, like, make a choice, you know, or, like, try to, like, magnetize it. I've seen that with some of the vehicles, like the Bark Speeder. You know, if you want this gun guy or this gun guy, but they're always made in a way where you could, like, swap them if you wanted to, as long as you don't glue it down. Alright, so there we go. Let's build the other 2 bodies. Let's see, we have B and B. So these 2 are clones, ironically. But yeah, it's really, really nice how the units in this game work, compared to, like, Warhammer. Honestly, the special weapons units on these guys are so slightly different. It's going to be really hard to differentiate them. I think I'm going to have to use the weird moving bodies, or the ones that, like, are like in different positions. I'm going to have to use them as the special weapons so they stand out a little bit better. And then I'm going to have to differentiate the commander somehow, maybe with, like, his arm up, because they do that, like, thing. Maybe off him with his, like, arm up instead. Go. There we go. Nice and easy. Little battle droids. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So these guys in the movie are like a blue kind of tinged silver. I'm actually going to paint them like battle droids. And then some of their armored body, I'm going to grab the armor colors from the droidicas and use that. Just because I like the idea of them, like, maybe being a little unique. Like, maybe I'll use more gunmetal in these. But I do want them to have, like, a sort of more consistent look and feel to them. Alright, let's see. We got some legs. Pop the legs out there. And these, they're like hard plastic stuff, is like a dream to work with. It really is. I have to give the Star Wars games super mad props. Alright. Like, these guys aren't as, like, designed or detailed as GW stuff, but I mean, they're Star Wars designs, so they don't really have to be. You know, they don't need, like, tons of little detail and standing on rocks and all the stuff that you sort of have come to expect with the aesthetic of like, Warhammer. Let's see, that one goes forward, and then this one goes back. Yeah, that's cool, I like that. There we go. There we go. Nice. Alright. There's our kneeling bro. So I'm assuming his knee is going to be a contact point right here. I'm assuming the toe is 2, and then the bottom of the foot is going to be the main contact point. Alright, there's another one down. He's kind of really crooked. Let's repose him. Reposition him a little bit. Oh. Now the fiddliness has started. There we go. There we go. Less crooked. Less crooked. Little battle droid. There we go. Mother. Okay. We're staying now. Or not. Oh, battle droid, you drive me bonkers. Come on, man. Just stay on the fucking base. There we go. Okay. Stay. Alright, last one up. And then we will take a look at the arms. I would have built them in relation to, like, the instructions. Like, B arms go with B unit. C arms go with C unit. If they had used non-universal arm pegs. But since they use universal arm pegs, we'll make the guys we want to make. Instead. Alright, so let's get that body glued on. And we'll look at the arms and see what we got. So the standard troops, I don't really care about differentiating them from each other. I'm more than happy if they look exactly the same. But the commander, I need to differentiate. And the fancy gun guys, I would like to differentiate pose-wise as well. Because there we go. Because honestly, they're like, they're just little weapons on their arms. Like, that to me is not enough. Like, if you're playing a game to, like, make sure you pull the right unit, you know what I mean? This isn't like with the B1 battle droids where, like, oh, this guy clearly has a giant bazooka. You know? These guys are a little bit harder to tell apart. Alright, so let's see what we got. We've got some arms that we can pose how we want. More arms how we can pose how we want. We have a pointing arm. And then we have the special ones. And then we have two poses. Yeah, I think we'll probably actually build these just as the instruction shows, because I think it's a really good logical way to do it. looking at the options there. Alright, so shit. Alright, so D07 and D06. Okay. I do like how they did these arms. That's pretty rad. And then D05, which is this one. I like that they put that joint in there. We'll see how I like it once I start assembling them, but I like the idea of it, because then if I wanted to have all my battle droids like with their arms up at the like in a waiting position, you could totally do that. I think that's really neat. Oh, maybe you can't. There's actually a peg in there. Well, I mean that would be easy enough to round off. That wouldn't be nothing. If you want to change the pose of these guys, take you 5 seconds to round that off, and then you could change how he's holding his arm. Super Battle Droids, they never like said anything, unfortunately. You know, they weren't like the regular battle droids where they like were talking constantly, you know, like you're going the wrong way and Roger Roger and stuff like that. These guys never really said anything. Everyone was just kind of quiet. Alright, so there he is. And there's our guy with his first fancy artillery guy that I just knocked off his base. Alright, we're gonna... God damn it. Come on. Alright, we're gonna let the last ones glue a little more before we mess with them. So let's do the regular ones first. Alright, so let's see. C5, C4... so let's look at the Bs. Okay, so like, it looks like with the Bs you get alternate options. So you can have it up or down. So I guess that's pretty cool. You have the option without having to clip it. It's pretty rad. All right, so let's see, B04 and B05. So we got two of these. Right there. And we'll clip these out since we're here, though we're not going to put them on yet. We'll set those off to the side, just because we're here. And we'll look up B04. Okay, there's B04. Alright, let's see, we've got this guy who's kind of standing, and we got this guy that's walking that way, that guy that's walking that way, that guy that's walking that way. Oh no, I guess these two are clones of each other, and then, no, those are different. Those are slightly different poses. These two are clones of each other. There we go, and then we'll pick this guy as the other one. Oop. And there we go. There we go, round two. Alright. So, The requirements for Star Wars Legion for a full-scale army is basically like 1 HQ and then 3 troops. So there he is, all assembled. So basically it's like a combat patrol in Warhammer 40k. And then you can take anything else you want on top of that. And everything's, besides the troop slot, everything else is pretty much limited to like 2 kinds of things. So you can only have like 2, right? So I couldn't build a list that's like all tanks. I think the reason they have those roles is just to like not make really specific kind of like debaggy meta lists a thing, which I'm happy for. Alright, so it's the pointing arm. And then what goes to the pointing arm? A4 and A5. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You don't even need to modify them. You get at ready or shooting arms for each one. That's really cool. So there we go. C4, C5, and I'll clip the rest of these out later to go into the bits bag, and we'll put these together. A big glue, and we got an arm. And we'll do the same for this one. It's going to be the commander's arm. Yeah, it's neat. It even has it like facing the opposite way instead of like this. That's pretty cool. Because they do like the thing where they put it out and it like turns over. Which, I mean, personally seems slower than a battle droid readying their blaster. So I don't know why they work that way, but I mean, a lot of the CIS stuff was kind of illogical. There we go. And he's like, get them. But the B2's never really talked, as far as I remember. B2s are always like the like weird buff cousin of the regular battle droids. It's pretty rad though. You can see them there just chilling. Alright, and we'll build this last guy here. So I think this is like a flamethrower type weapon. And I think the other one's like a high armor piercing weapon, I think. Or this one's like an armor piercing weapon and the other one's like a multi-shot machine gun. One of the two. Either way, it's pretty cool. I was like, why is this not lining up? It's because I glued it on the wrong side. So I will have to drill this gun out because it's a pretty big one there. So I will drill that out later once it's done setting. But yeah, there's the whole team of B1s. Nice and quick. And we'll put their instructions and their cards. They'll go in my Legion box, which is up on top of my Thing of Shame. And we'll crack open Cad Bane. So it looks like Cad Bane gets a bunch of build options, which is really neat. You can build him with the hat, without the hat, or you can build him like blowing up mines or whatever he does. So this guy is an operative in the game. So I haven't played with an operative yet. They're like a pseudo HQ, and that they're usually some kind of like named character, but they don't give orders to the people around them. They usually have some kind of like special roles with them. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, they usually have some kind of like special roles, and some like special thing that they do in the game. So like Cad Bane, wow, he's got a whole fold out, don't he? Yeah, see, he's got a bunch of roles. So like when you set him up, you don't just set up Cad Bane. You put 3 markers on the board, and then one of them is Cad Bane. But like they're all like hidden until the enemy gets close to them, and then like pop out. And another one's a mine. Player placed at range 1. Yeah, one of them is a mine, and one of them is like nothing. So it's pretty cool. And he's got a bunch of other weird crap he can do. So pretty cool. He's got a bunch of like special roles. I guess that's why he's a... Oh, they're not specialists, they're operatives. Let's see. We have... These are the Cad Bane tokens. I think there's so many because one of them is for blue player and one of them is for red player. And then there's Cad Bane's card. No, it's not. Alright, let's pull it. Let's pull it all out. Come on. Oh, can you run him as a boss? No. Okay, apparently you just get a lot of tokens with Cad Bane. Interesting. Okay. Oh, so he does get... I guess you can have him issue orders. That's kind of neat. And he gets a bunch of black dice, which is pretty cool. And apparently he can just camp with his suppression tokens. That's pretty neat. So they actually add damage reduction to him. Relational awareness, defensive push, comms jammer, sunshine cable, smoke grenade. Alright, cool. So he gets a bunch of weird stuff and weird rolls he can do. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice little difference from just everybody showing up on turn 1 kind of thing. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Let's move our little friendly battle droids a little closer so they can watch as we assemble our buddy Cad Bane here. Alright, so let's check out his runner. Obviously, he only comes with the 1 base because you only get 1 Cad Bane in the box. Although he's going to have some options. Come on. Come on, there we go. Oh, guys, come on. Fantasy Flight, or whoever the hell owns this game now, you don't need to put the runners in a little baggie. I mean, you don't need to put the stupid thing in a little baggie, alright? They're so hard to get out. Okay. Alright, so we got 2 different Cad Bane heads, and then we've got a bunch of different hand options. It looks like we could actually put him in a couple different poses with the blasters if we really wanted to. Like, it looks like we could have like one arm crossing over the other and stuff like that if we wanted. And even not have the not have him be booping though on the gauntlet. Alright, so here's his weird rebreather. that looks a little fiddly, so we'll watch out for that. I want to build him with the hat. Because the hat is cool, and then we'll look at the arms once we get him on our base. Yeah, he's got a ton of detail in there. That's really nice. A little bit of nubbage I'm gonna clean up. Not much though. There we go. Yeah. So I feel like Cad Bane is like the start of where the Clone Wars cartoon was getting good. You know, like I feel like he's like the herald of the good cartoon that comes out of it. I was trying to convince my husband to watch it all again, but he's like, no. It's so much. We every Saturday we actually do a VR movie stream with some friends back in the States. So we have been... Which way does this hat go? Which side's the front? Which side's the front? We've been watching The Expanse with them, and that just concluded. So I think we need something new to watch. I think I might recommend Clone Wars, because I think it would be fun. Actually, let's take the top of your hat off, buddy, because it'll be easier to see the cables. Yeah, we're watching WandaVision, but our one friend doesn't like WandaVision. For some reason, which I think is weird, because it's really good. It's like super good. Like it's, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV, right? But man, I'm really impressed with how good WandaVision is. I like his kite blowing in the wind there. That's pretty rad. Alright, let's get him up on our base, and then we will glue his arms on once we take a look at which ones we want. Because it looks like there's two main builds that we can do with Cad Bane here. But we'll see if we want to do one of the main builds or we want to do some kind of hybrid. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at the arms. Okay, so here's the extra head. Let me clip that off so I don't lose it. Because I'm going to basically clip everything off except for that. Okay, so this is the head beep booping on, or the gauntlet, or the arm beep booping on the gauntlet. We don't want that one. And these are the gun wielding arms. Go. That can go in the trash can behind me. Let's see. This one just is like at his side. It's pretty cool. This one is more of like across the body. And then that one is pointing forward. So let's, oh, stop. It's a little hard to, little fiddly Cad Bane to show off on stream. So it's like up and at the ready, kinda. This one's pointing forward with the blaster. Yeah, I think I like that one the best. Clean up that nub. We'll get this arm on, and then we'll decide on which the other one we want is. A little bit of glue there. And then we can pop it on. Let me actually hit the area right there with a little bit of glue. so it doesn't wiggle. Cool. Alright, so there he is, shooting his blasty blasts. And then this one, that's pretty cool. He's like, or we do that one like up maybe. Alright, so we've got it either up or we've got it down like that. Oh wait, no, I take that back. This one's supposed to go on the opposite side. Okay, we only have one option. We don't actually have arm options. That that other one that looks like going across the face, that's for when he is doing the beep boop gauntlet thing. And there he is. And that is our good buddy, Cad Bane. Who's going to have a bunch of weird rolls that are going to be fun. We'll put him over here. Alright, so we have built some battle droids. They went together really nice and easy. This guy's a little crooked on the base, but it's okay. We got to drill his gun barrel out. It's probably firm enough to do that. So let's do that real quick, because I don't want to have filled in gun barrels. I'm going to pick pretty much the smallest one I've got, because it's really tiny. And there we go. Okay. So now we want to make a scoring mark. And this is me poking myself in the fingers with a razor blade. And this is pretty much so the bit doesn't jump around when we're getting it started. We don't want it like skipping along the top of the plastic. So we want it to have something to grip into. Just really gently going to spin it down. Get a little bit of a barrel mark. Drilling barrels out is obnoxious, but it's one of those things that I feel like really adds to a model. Lots of times I'll see like a really fancy painted model. It looks really, really, really nice. They won't have drilled out barrels, and I'll be like, ah! You killed me, Smalls. Just because, like, I don't know. It's like, even if the barrel is drilled out like slightly crooked, or like it's too small, or it's like too big, like, I still feel like it looks better than something that's not drilled out. This drill bit sucks. It's about the right... I don't think I have a bigger one that will work better, unfortunately. Come on. Usually this is only a couple of cranks. I'm barely getting any start on it. Ow. Got better penetration in my finger than the fucking gun barrel. I need to clean up the error I just made. Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, it's clearly starting, but Just not getting any play on it. Come on. Well, we got a little bit of it in dead, which is, I think we're going to call that good. And just had trouble getting it started. Yeah, we have a little bit of mark at least, which isn't bad. You can see it a little bit. So, we'll call that good for that. Alright, so... let's see, we got about 10 minutes. So let's crack everything else open I got to finish the armies. And we'll take a look at all the runners and stuff. See what's in there, look at their cards and stuff. And we probably won't build anything else. We built Cad Bane and we built our B2 battle droids today. But we'll at least take a look at the rest of the runners. So this is the B1 Battle Droids Upgrade Expansion Pack. This is special troops and special guys that you can add to your runners. We got our bases. It looks like we're going to get 4 guys. Then we've got our instructions. And I think there's some alternate ways you can build these guys if you don't want the specialist ones. I think you can just build them as like regular troops. But why you would do that, I have no idea. Like, you should just buy a box of regular troops if that's what you're doing. And we've got our cards right here. So it comes with a regular troop card, which doesn't make any sense because you don't get enough guys to make regular troops out of it. And then we have some different ones. There's a security droid, there's a commander, there's a sniper, there's one with like a toxic flamethrower thing, and you get some upgrades for them. So pretty cool. And then all of the troop tokens, just because it comes with them. Right. And then let's look at our runners. All right, so there's our radiation cannon. There's 2 bodies, a backpack for a commander droid. We got some legs. We got a standard rifle, a standard droid backpack. Pretty standard droid stuff. The 2-part head still, which is obnoxious. We have an extra rifle. I'm sure it's just going to go in the commander's backpack. Alright. And then we've got 2 droid bodies again. We have 1 kneeling set of legs, 1 standing set of legs, 2 backpacks. Here are the, if you want to build them as regular droids, there are those weapons. Here's the big, really cool sniper rifle. Ooh, it looks like we actually get an extra head. We do, because we get this one with a visor. That means I'm going to be able to fix my 1 battle droid that has a broken head. That's really cool. I'm happy we get some extra battle droid bits finally. Alright, so that's the battle droid box. Ugh. So this is a standard B1 trooper box. Really, you probably should never buy this box. Especially if you don't have anything already. You should really just get the starter set, because the starter set will give you way more stuff than buying just like 1 box of guys that comes in the starter set. But honestly, I only really want 1 box of guys that comes in the starter set. I didn't really want everything else out of the starter set again, so even though it would have been more cost effective. Alright, so here they are. These are soft plastic again. We got our commander, we have our kneeling guy, we've got our standard trooper guy, There's some more in the box. I just dumped all the cards out. Ugh. Rolled over the instructions. Alright, so there we go. Got a guy with a Gatling gun. Another trooper. Alright, so you're going to get a 4-man trooper squad in this. You're going to get an extra trooper, and you're going to get 2 special weapons. One of which is a DC-15, and one of which is like a big Gatling gun. So they're a little hard to look at in these stupid little baggies, but this is how soft plastic comes, fortunately. And then they're going to get all the standard stuff that they got in the starter set. So yeah, if you want to like really expand your army out, just buying another starter set is probably the better way to go. But I really only need 1 more unit, and $24 is a whole lot less than 100. So I really needed 1 more unit for these guys. Oh, these guys are soft plastic too. That sucks. Oh well. Alright, let's see what we got. We've got a captain who can have or not have a helmet. We've got a special weapons guy who can have a standard rifle and a helmet or not. We have a guy with some kind of weird little machine gun SMG thing, and then we have a guy with a bunch of grenade pouches. So it looks like a lot of cool alternate heads in here, especially ones with and without helmets. So maybe I'll build on the standard clone unit, I'll build their commander without a helmet. That'll be pretty cool. Do only get 4 guys though, which kind of sucks. But here's one with the bazooka. And they kind of have a little bit of the ARC Trooper dresses and stuff to them, which is pretty cool. Here is the commander guy. I will probably paint him to be Commander Cody. I think that's sort of what's intended with this. I think it's pretty much intended that it's supposed to be Commander Cody. So, plus I want a Commander Cody, and then he can be. I think that's cool. So, all right, let's see what we got here. We have the another trooper. This is the one with the weird little SMG rifle-y thing. I think this is actually a sniper rifle. I think this is a sniper unit. And then we have the one with the backpack and all the grenades and stuff. So that's pretty rad too. Let's take a look at their cards real quick. And we'll look at everything we built on stream and we'll wrap up. Alright, so you get another unit in case you want to run them as a standard unit. That's dumb. You'll never actually use that. Always nice to have an alternate card though. So this is the commander or the captain if you wanted to run him as an HQ unit. This is the specialist guy. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is like a sniper rifle kind of thing. It's got Pierce 1 on it, 2 black and 1 white, which is pretty cool. And there is the bazooka, which is pretty cool. Then they've got some upgrades. Alright. Well, that is everything else that I picked up for Legion to round my armies out. I'm building a Separatist and a Clone army. So I have 2 to play at home, which next weekend we will be playing. So next weekend we're going to play a game. Separatists versus Clones. I can't guarantee all this will be painted for that, but we'll probably shoot for like 600 points, probably. That's my goal anyway. So me and my husband will be playing. We got good old Cad Bane there. We got some Super Battle Droids. Super Battle Droid Commander. You got a guy with a weird gun arm. But yeah, next weekend we'll be playing a game. Hopefully we'll get more rules right this time. You know, that's what learning a new game is about. Is about screwing up the rules. Because you know we messed up the vehicle rules, we messed up some of the deployment rules and stuff like that. We didn't give ourselves all the bonuses we should have got, that kind of stuff last time. But this time we'll get more of them right, and it'll be more fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun last time anyway, but you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, to be honest. But yeah, we'll play next weekend. It'll be a really good time. I'm definitely going to try to have Cad Bane ready for it because I want to test out his rules and see what he does. But we'll get some more guys painted up, and we'll probably shoot for like 600 points on each side, Separatists versus Clones. Maybe even on the Star Wars terrain that I 3D printed back there, which is pretty cool. Oh, speaking of that Star Wars terrain, since I've got a mini built, I wanted to show off the size of it. So it's pretty darn good sized. I've actually even been printing it at 70% height. So if you were to print it at like 80%, it would be perfect. Because even if like you discounted his base, this is pretty damn good. So yeah, pretty damn good. So he can strike from the roof. Alright, well I'm going to wrap up and I'm going to go to Daiso and then get some Korean chicken. That's going to be the rest of my day. So, thanks for watching everybody, and I hope you found